Hi there, this is my first serious YouTube video. It's about the caltrops, or as it's called in Ninjutsu, Tetsubishi. As you can see, it's two C shapes joined together, welded in the middle. The points are from centre to point about an inch long. I'm saying about an inch, but just for this video I'm going to show you something. Between here and the board, that's just millimetres less than an inch. So if I were to take a Tetsubishi and put my knuckle on it, you'd see that point just sticking out there. Okay, there's a reason I'm telling you this. If you're going to be using these, you need somewhere to actually hide them on your person, something that doesn't involve putting your hand inside your jersey and whacking about until you find them, or jagging yourself, or the worries about carrying them. If this is a short mission and you know it's going to happen, and you know you're going to need these little bad boys I'm talking about in history past, the best way I've found, and I think that it might be appropriate to show you this, I'm not sure, but basically, like I say, it's two C shapes welded together. Now if I were to take that C shape and place it in my hand in such a way that one of these points actually faces towards my thumb, okay, so the second point's facing towards my ring finger, okay. Now you can do this without a ring on, it doesn't really matter, and I'll show you why. But if you could tuck that in so it looks pretty much similar on both sides, okay. See the gap between my fingers? Right, I'm showing you that for a reason. Now you take the next one and follow the exact same path you took. One point going towards your thumb, other point down. You see the pattern that's taking shape here? Right, that's that one. You might have to wiggle about with them a wee bit. In fact, you will have to wiggle about with them a wee bit. But this is good. This is good. Oops, getting C shape wrong. Right, C shape pointing to the thumb. Right, that's four. As you can see, 4 Tetsubishi in that gap. Right. Okay, we're not going anywhere. Right. Right, now what you do next is take your index finger and you do the exact same, but this time in the opposite way. So you're pointing it down, so your middle finger should have what looks like a ring by the time that you're finished doing this. It should all come together quite nicely. I'm saying should because obviously there's wee problems happening along the road. You'll find that out yourself, I suppose. Okay. Right, see what's happening there. Right, on the other side, like I say, you've got this ring effect and it should be round your centre finger if you're doing it right. Don't worry about this, it's not going to jag you, okay? You're not going to get jagged, and I'll show you. It might look like sometimes it's compressing me, but it's not. Right, the last two, now like I say, 10, I do 10 at a time just to make sure that I've got everything at the end of the night and that no dogs, kids or any harm's going to come while I'm training with these. But this time, make this point of the pinky and your ring finger point towards your pinky. Right, so in reverse of what you've done in the middle, and the same line that you followed on your index to the middle finger, okay? Right, pretty much that's what I'm talking about. That's me, I've got hold of them. They're not going anywhere. I'm not tensed, I'm relaxed, okay? Right, now you might find that you might have to jiggle these about a wee bit just to get them relaxed in your hand, okay? But in general you can make a fist, not completely, but you can make a fist without cutting into yourself, okay? You can smack your fingers off the board, you can make a fist, you can also grab stuff. I'll show you this. Like for example, right, first of all, a wooden spoon, okay? I can grab that wooden spoon, it's not going anywhere. Just to give you an example of a weapon. The Tetsubishi, still in my hands. Okay, cardboard tube. I'm showing you the cardboard tube for good reason. I'm trying to pull this out my other hand, and there's no way I can do that, and that's purely because of this Tetsubishi's grabbed hold of the cardboard. It's still in place every time I take my hands off, but if it does get loose, just give them a wee shake and a wee adjustment. Make sure that you've reset your properties to make it look like a ring. Okay. Now, the one thing I will ask you to be concerned about when you're doing this, you can see what I'm saying. One thing I would ask you to be concerned about is don't use an expensive sword of any form, tanto or anything that's expensive. This is a cheap practice sword that I've got, well, tanto that I've got. Now I can use the handle of this without losing any Tetsubishi at all. I can do quite sort of as you would movements with my hand on this. I can also take this by the blade without fear of getting cut, because the Tetsubishi don't allow. You might get a nick or two, but it won't allow the blade cut through your fingers. So in general, you can grip it, relax your hand, get a wee wiggle, put it that way, give it a wee wiggle, you hear them jingle, that's a relaxed hand, tense it up, make a fist. You can still hold it without piercing your skin. Okay, and last but not least, my faithful boken. Okay, I shouldn't be able to do this, I hate marking this thing, but it's like, just to show you, that's a smooth, hard, solid wood, and yet there's a complete grip on that because of the Tetsubishi. To deploy, I would say not deploy. Don't try and throw them. The direction of Tetsubishi will scatter wider if you try a sort of thrown angle. So I would suggest to you to knock them out your hand. It keeps most of them together. You can separate with your fingers and whatnot, but it does keep most of them together. Obviously, if you want to go higher, you would want to hit your wrist off your other hand slightly higher, but if you hit your wrist off your other hand to go directly down, the force of how your hand moves forces them down in an equal position. Like I say, you do that, they scatter. That was very low, but they scatter too much for my liking, so I like to adopt the drop. It also works dropping them like that, but as long as you're close to the ground, they should separate quite easily.